Compliments are powerful, but most men use them the wrong way. Simple flattery like, "You're so pretty" or "You look nice" is forgettable. Stoic philosophy teaches us to focus on depth, character, and virtue. When you use Stoic-inspired compliments, you connect with a woman's soul, not just her appearance, and that makes you unforgettable. The first Stoic compliment is, "I admire your strength." Instead of praising looks, you acknowledge resilience. Everyone faces struggles, and when you notice her ability to endure challenges, she feels deeply respected. Stoics valued strength over beauty, and so do women. The second compliment is, "Your honesty is refreshing." In a world full of lies and masks, truth stands out. When you appreciate her honesty, you show that you value character more than superficial charm. That kind of compliment makes you stand apart from other men. The third compliment is, "I respect your discipline." Whether it's fitness, studies, or career, discipline is rare. Stoicism is built on self-control, and when you acknowledge her discipline, you're connecting with one of the highest virtues. Women love when their hard work is seen. The fourth compliment is, "You have a calm energy that inspires me." Stoics admired serenity and composure. Instead of focusing on outer looks, you recognize her inner peace. This makes her feel not only attractive but also meaningful in your life. The fifth compliment is, "I love how passionate you are about your goals." Passion reflects purpose, and Stoics believed a purposeful life is the highest form of living. By highlighting her drive, you encourage her to keep pursuing greatness, and she'll associate that fire with you. The sixth compliment is, "You bring out the best in people." Stoics valued relationships that elevate character. Telling her this shows that her presence has a positive effect, not just on you, but on everyone. That's a compliment few men ever give, but it leaves a lasting mark. The seventh compliment is, "I admire your wisdom." Instead of limiting attraction to youth or beauty, you respect her mind. Wisdom is timeless, and Stoicism is built on it. When you appreciate her insights, she feels valued for who she truly is, not just how she looks. Notice how none of these compliments are shallow. They don't make you sound needy or fake. Instead, they show depth, awareness, and presence. Stoic compliments are rooted in virtue, and that makes them powerful. Women are naturally drawn to men who recognize their higher qualities. In the end, it's not about memorizing lines, it's about adopting the Stoic mindset. When you learn to value strength, honesty, discipline, calmness, passion, influence, and wisdom, your compliments flow naturally, and when they do, women will find you not just attractive, but unforgettable. A great Stoic compliment also comes from recognizing her emotional intelligence. Say, "I admire the way you understand people's feelings." This goes beyond beauty or success. Women value when their empathy and awareness are noticed, because most people overlook it. By appreciating her emotional depth, you make her feel special in a way looks alone never can. Another powerful compliment is about resilience under pressure. You can say, "You handle tough situations with such grace." This reflects Stoic admiration for endurance and courage. Instead of focusing on easy achievements, you highlight her ability to stay composed in adversity. That kind of recognition touches her on a soul level. Stoicism is about virtue and action, not empty words. That's why saying, "I respect the way you live by your values" is unforgettable. It shows that you see her integrity, not just her image. Many men notice style or looks, but only a few acknowledge principles, and that difference makes you stand out. A subtle but impactful Stoic compliment is, "I feel calm when I'm around you." It reflects Marcus Aurelius's idea that true greatness is to remain unshaken. By linking her presence to peace, you create a bond that's emotional, not superficial. Women love to know their presence has a grounding effect. Another compliment rooted in Stoic wisdom is, "You make challenges look effortless." This shows admiration for her mindset, not just her results. Stoics believed obstacles shape us, and if you highlight the grace with which she overcomes hers, You're praising her character, not just her wins. Compliments can also honor her intellectual curiosity. Say, "I love the way you're always learning." Stoicism valued wisdom above everything. When you notice her hunger for growth, you show that you appreciate her mind as much as her presence. That kind of compliment goes straight to her heart. You can also give a Stoic compliment about influence. "You inspire me to be better." This one is powerful because it flips the dynamic. Instead of trying to impress her, you're showing humility and growth. Women are naturally drawn to men who can recognize and admit inspiration. Another subtle yet deep compliment is, "I respect how you stay true to yourself." In a world full of trends and fakeness, authenticity shines. Stoics never cared for the opinions of the crowd, and neither should you. By admiring her authenticity, you prove you value inner truth. Stoic compliments also work when they touch on selflessness. Saying, "I love the way you care for people without expecting anything back," highlights one of the rarest virtues. Gratitude for her kindness not only makes her feel seen, but also builds deep emotional attraction. Finally, the ultimate Stoic compliment is not even about words, it's about presence. Sometimes simply saying, "I respect who you are," is enough. Simple, direct, and Stoic. This kind of compliment carries weight because it's rare, genuine, and rooted in acceptance. Women don't just remember it, they feel it. आपको पैराग्राफ 21 से 30 चाहिए जिससे ये स्क्रिप्ट और भी लंबा और पावरफुल हो जाए। यहाँ कंटिन्यूएशन दिया जा रहा है स्टोइक कॉम्प्लीमेंट्स को और डेप्थ और वैरायटी के साथ एक्सपैंड करके। Another Stoic compliment is, "I admire the way you stay calm when everyone else panics." This goes directly to the Stoic core of composure. In chaos, calmness becomes magnetic. When you notice this in her, you show that you value peace over drama, and that's unforgettable. A strong one is, "You think before you speak," and that's rare. Most people talk without reflection, but Stoicism values measured speech. When you compliment her thoughtfulness, you highlight a trait that's deeply respected but often unnoticed. Another timeless compliment is, "Your kindness has power." Stoics knew that kindness wasn't weakness, but strength. By saying this, you give her credit for making the world softer without compromising her dignity. Women glow when their kindness is seen as power, not vulnerability. This links directly to Stoic detachment from external events. When you compliment her emotional independence, you show that you're paying attention to her mindset, not just her appearance. Another Stoic compliment is about balance. You know how to work hard but still enjoy life. Stoics aimed for harmony, duty without obsession, pleasure without dependence. Women love when their ability to balance seriousness and joy is appreciated. A unique compliment is, "You have a strength that doesn't need to be loud." Stoics admired quiet power over arrogance. When you point this out, you tell her that you see her subtle confidence, which makes her unforgettable. Try saying, "I admire your patience." Patience was a Stoic virtue because time reveals truth. Complimenting her patience shows you value her ability to wait, endure, and stay grounded in a rushed world. Another rare compliment is, "I respect the way you learn from mistakes." Stoicism was all about turning obstacles into growth. Women feel deeply respected when you notice their humility and courage to grow rather than pretend to be perfect. Say, "You don't just talk about values, you live them." Stoics were doers, not talkers. When you compliment her actions instead of her words, you're praising integrity. That makes your admiration more real, and women feel the weight of it. Finally, you have a presence that makes people feel safe. This is a Stoic compliment of the highest kind because it recognizes her impact on the emotional environment. Safety and trust create the strongest attraction, and acknowledging it makes you unforgettable in her mind. A powerful Stoic compliment is, "I respect how you don't chase attention." Most people seek validation, but when a woman carries herself with dignity, it reflects Stoic detachment. Appreciating this makes her feel truly seen and admired for her independence. Another deep compliment is, you stay graceful even under criticism. Stoics taught that we can't control others' opinions, only our response. When you notice her grace in the face of judgment, you prove that you value her maturity over temporary praise. Say, I admire how you keep growing, no matter what life throws at you. This resonates with the Stoic belief that challenges shape us. Women love to be recognized for their resilience and their ability to evolve, not just survive. A subtle yet profound compliment is, you don't let small things steal your peace. This is Stoic wisdom in action, focusing only on what truly matters. When you tell her this, you're highlighting her strength to rise above negativity. Another Stoic compliment is, I love the way you bring clarity to situations. Stoics valued reason and wisdom. If she can simplify chaos, explain things clearly, or bring peace to confusion, this compliment makes her feel like a guiding light. Try saying, I admire your consistency. Stoicism was about daily practice, not big words. When you notice her steady habits, whether in work, relationships, or personal growth, you give value to what many overlook. Say, I respect how you protect your boundaries. Stoics valued self-respect and control. Complimenting her ability to say no and guard her energy shows that you value her strength, not just her kindness. Another deep one is, I admire your humility. In Stoicism, humility was wisdom, because pride blinds. Women appreciate when their quiet, humble side is recognized. It proves you're paying attention to her true self, not just her surface. A meaningful Stoic compliment is, you treat people with fairness. Justice was one of the 4 Stoic virtues. When you highlight her fairness, you're connecting her to one of the highest ideals. This makes her feel proud and respected. Finally, you make people feel hopeful. Stoics believed in being a source of light in a dark world. Recognizing her ability to uplift others makes her unforgettable. It shows you see her not just as attractive, but as someone who makes the world better. A rare Stoic compliment is, I admire your ability to forgive. Forgiveness is strength, not weakness. Stoics believe that resentment only hurts the self. When you praise her for letting go and moving forward, you recognize her wisdom and emotional maturity. Another deep one is, you have a way of making people feel valued. Stoicism taught respect for others' humanity. By appreciating her ability to uplift and recognize others, you show her that her kindness is not invisible, it's powerful. Say, I love the way you focus on solutions, not problems. Stoics never wasted energy complaining. They acted. When you admire her for staying constructive, you align her qualities with true Stoic resilience. A powerful compliment is, you know how to stay true even when it's unpopular. This is Stoic courage, choosing virtue over acceptance. Women respect when their integrity is noticed, especially in a world where many give in to pressure. Another impactful one, you don't just dream, you take action. Stoics believed that philosophy was meaningless without practice. By admiring her action-oriented mindset, you show her that you value real substance over empty words. Say, I admire your ability to adapt. Life changes constantly, and Stoicism teaches us to flow with it. When you compliment her adaptability, you show that you notice her strength in facing uncertainty. Another subtle Stoic compliment is, you carry yourself with quiet confidence. Stoics never needed to shout their worth. If you tell her this, you're showing that you see her inner strength without the need for external display. Say, I respect how you always look for meaning in things. Stoicism was about deeper reflection, not shallow pleasure. Women who reflect on life, values, and purpose deserve to be acknowledged. And this compliment makes her feel truly understood. A heart-touching Stoic compliment is, you bring peace into the room. Marcus Aurelius said that the best man is one who lives in harmony with himself and others. When you tell her this, you're admiring not just her personality, but her aura. Finally, you remind me what truly matters. This is the highest Stoic compliment because it connects her to virtue, purpose, and meaning. It shows that her presence elevates you, not just excites you. Women find this unforgettable because it feels both personal and timeless. A profound Stoic compliment is, "I admire your ability to stay hopeful in dark times." Stoicism teaches us to endure suffering with optimism. By appreciating her hope, you connect with her inner strength that many overlook. Another subtle but powerful one is, you inspire calmness just by being yourself. Stoics believed in leading by example, not noise. Complimenting her peaceful influence makes her feel like a source of balance in your life. Say, "I respect how you don't waste energy on gossip." Stoics avoided meaningless talk. Women love when men recognize their maturity and ability to rise above shallow distractions. A unique compliment is, "You have a wisdom beyond your years." This ties to Stoic love for timeless truth. By recognizing her maturity, you place her value above temporary beauty and show genuine admiration. Say, "I admire how you give without expecting." Stoicism emphasized virtue for its own sake. By complimenting her selflessness, you show her that you notice the depth of her character, not just her surface. Another deep Stoic compliment is, "You bring strength without arrogance." True Stoic strength was humble. When you admire this quality in her, you acknowledge her quiet power, a trait women love to be seen for. Say, "I respect how you never lose focus on what's important." Stoics believed in clarity of purpose. Noticing this quality makes her feel recognized for her vision and priorities, not just her appearance. Another compliment is, "You remind people of their own worth." Stoics believed in uplifting others. When you tell her this, you give credit for her positive impact, which is rare and deeply attractive. A moving Stoic compliment is, "You carry your scars with dignity." Life leaves marks, but Stoics wore them with pride as proof of endurance. When you admire her ability to embrace her past, you respect her entire journey. Finally, you live with purpose, and that inspires me. Purpose was the foundation of Stoicism. Complimenting her on this not only makes her feel valued, but also shows that you see her as more than just attractive. You see her as meaningful. A rare Stoic compliment is, "I admire how you stay humble even with success." Stoics taught that victory should never inflate ego. When you recognize her humility despite achievements, it shows you notice the inner foundation, not just the outer results. Say, "I love how you bring lightness even in serious moments." Life can feel heavy, but Stoicism teaches balance. By appreciating her ability to mix joy with responsibility, you make her feel valued for her spirit, not just her effort. Another powerful compliment is, "You have the courage to be different." Stoics never blindly followed the crowd. Women love being admired for their individuality because it shows you respect their uniqueness rather than conformity. A meaningful compliment is, "I respect the way you protect your peace." Stoicism is about guarding the mind from chaos. When you acknowledge her ability to set limits, you reinforce her strength and independence. Say, "I admire how you keep moving forward, no matter what happens." This reflects Stoic resilience, progress over perfection. Women love to be noticed for their persistence, especially when life hasn't been easy. Another Stoic compliment is, "You don't just live for yourself, you uplift others too." Stoics valued service to the community. Recognizing her contribution to others makes her feel like her presence truly matters. Say, "I respect how you turn pain into wisdom." Stoicism saw suffering as a teacher. By highlighting her ability to transform hardship into growth, you admire her strength and depth simultaneously. A subtle compliment is, "I love how your presence makes people feel calmer." Stoic energy is steady, not chaotic. This compliment shows you value the silent, invisible power she brings into any room. Another impactful one. I admire how you never compromise on your values. Stoicism is about virtue above comfort. Praising her for staying true to principles, even when it's inconvenient, proves you notice the part of her most people miss. Finally, you remind me that character is more beautiful than looks. This is the ultimate Stoic compliment. By saying this, you elevate her identity beyond appearances, and that makes you unforgettable to her. A deep Stoic compliment is, I admire how you accept what you cannot change. This is at the heart of Stoicism, focusing only on what's within control. When you notice her acceptance of reality instead of constant resistance, you show that you value her wisdom. Say, I respect how you bring dignity to everything you do. Stoicism teaches us that even the smallest actions should reflect virtue. When you recognize her grace in daily life, it makes her feel seen on a deeper level. Another compliment is, I admire how you don't let material things define you. Stoics believed external wealth or possessions didn't equal true value. Appreciating her for valuing character over luxury sets you apart from men who only notice appearances. Say, I respect your ability to stay patient with people. Patience is one of the highest Stoic virtues. By noticing her tolerance and kindness, you highlight a strength that many overlook but everyone admires. A moving Stoic compliment is, I love how you never complain, you just find a way forward. Complaining weakens the spirit, but action builds resilience. Women feel proud when someone notices their silent strength. Another unique one, you inspire me to think bigger. Stoicism was about expanding perspective, seeing the whole picture. Complimenting her vision makes her feel important in shaping your growth and mindset. Say, I admire how you give people space to be themselves. Stoics respected freedom of thought. Recognizing her non-judgmental attitude makes her feel valued not just as attractive, but as wise. Another strong one is, you're strong without being harsh. Stoic strength isn't about aggression, but about balance. Women love when their gentle power is admired instead of mistaken for weakness. Say, I respect the way you stand tall even when no one supports you. This reflects Stoic courage, walking alone for virtue. Recognizing this makes her feel deeply validated. Another Stoic compliment, you remind me that peace is more attractive than chaos. Stoics valued harmony above noise. Women appreciate when their calming influence is acknowledged over superficial drama. Say, I admire how you see lessons in failure. Stoics believed setbacks were teachers. When you notice her perspective, you're admiring her mindset, not just her results. A heartfelt one is, I love how you stay gentle in a hard world. Gentleness was never weakness for Stoics. It was mastery of self. Women glow when their kindness is valued as strength. Say, I respect how you never chase validation. Stoicism teaches that true worth comes from within. This compliment shows you value her independence from the crowd. Another timeless compliment, you carry wisdom in silence. Stoics knew silence speaks volumes. Appreciating her thoughtful quietness makes her feel profound and rare. Say, I admire how you balance heart and mind. Stoicism was about harmony between logic and emotion. Women love when men recognize both their intelligence and compassion. A subtle Stoic compliment, you don't just talk about peace, you embody it. This is more than words, it's presence. By saying this, you show you see her true aura. Say, I admire how you never lose sight of your principles. Stoicism made virtue the highest goal. Praising her moral compass makes her feel deeply respected. Another moving one, you make people feel stronger just by being around you. Stoics believed in raising others up. Women love when their empowering energy is recognized. Say, I respect how you make simplicity look beautiful. Stoicism admired simplicity. Appreciating her for valuing small things over extravagance shows your eye for depth. Finally, You remind me that true beauty is in the soul. This is the essence of Stoic admiration, virtue over vanity. Complimenting her soul makes you unforgettable. A Stoic compliment that leaves an impact is, "I admire how you turn silence into comfort, not awkwardness." Many people fear silence, but Stoicism teaches presence without words. Praising her ability to create peace even in quiet moments shows deep respect. Another profound one. I respect how you never let fear dictate your choices. Fear weakens the spirit, but Stoicism values courage. By recognizing her bravery, you highlight a quality that makes her magnetic. Say, "I admire how you never settle for less than your worth." This aligns with Stoic self-respect. Women feel powerful when men recognize their standards, not just their beauty. A unique compliment. I love how you bring meaning to simple things. Stoicism celebrated simplicity and depth. By appreciating her ability to find joy in small details, you connect with her soul. Another strong one. I admire how you show strength without needing control. True Stoic power is influence without domination. When you see this in her, you show awareness of her subtle authority. Say, I respect your ability to rise again after setbacks. Stoics believed failure was not the end, but training. Complimenting her resilience makes her feel honored for her journey, not just her success. Another moving compliment. You live as if your actions matter. And they do. Stoics believed virtue should guide everything. Women feel proud when their choices are noticed beyond appearances. Say, I admire how you stay calm even when others test your patience. This shows you notice her emotional mastery, a true Stoic trait. Women love when men recognize their inner composure. Another subtle Stoic compliment. I respect how you give your best without demanding applause. Stoicism taught that the reward is in the act, not the praise. Women glow when someone sees their effort without needing validation. Finally, you remind me that greatness is quiet, not loud. This is Stoic wisdom at its core. By saying this, you show her that you value depth over drama, and she will never forget such words.